What is up, Baltimore Ravens fans? IndyCar Tim here with your Baltimore Ravens Daily Blitz. It is Sunday. It is game day. It is Browns game day in the rematch of the Week 4 absolute dismantling, undressing, drubbing, whatever slobber knocking, shellacking that the Ravens laid on the Browns in Week 4 to the tune of 28-3. And you know, there are some differences between this game and the next game. More on that to come. But it is the matchup between the 5-3 Browns and, of course, your 7-2 Ravens, who hold the best record in the AFC, tied with the best record in the AFC, and just one game back of the Eagles for the best team in the overall NFL. The betting line's gone all over the place on this one. Right now it stands at 6.5 towards Baltimore, of course. It opened, I think, at 4.5. The teams this year against the spread, the Browns are 5-3 against the spread. The Ravens are 6-3 against the spread. Of course, the all-time series here has been dominated by the Ravens, 36-13 since Baltimore became in existence after moving from Cleveland, of course, but we don't talk about that. The last time, again, we talked about the two teams met was Week 4 in Cleveland, and it was not pretty for the Browns. Everything went right for the Ravens in the 28-3 meeting. But as I mentioned, there are some differences in this game. And number one, we're talking about Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. He missed the first matchup, of course, with a strained right shoulder. He's been in and out of the lineup, mostly out. He did return last week. He was not 100%, but his presence, of course, will give the Browns a little bit of a boost and a chance at doing something, although I'm not sure what they will do because right now, boys and girls, this Ravens team is a machine. Running back Keaton Mitchell for the Ravens, dealing with a hamstring, is expected to play. He's been dealing with that hamstring. He's sort of been in and out of practice, hasn't been 100% for a while. And before last week, he never had an NFL carry as the undrafted rookie free agent had 138 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries against Seattle. So he's shown he's got some explosiveness. He's shown he can carry the load when he needs to. He could be very effective against that Browns defense, so we will see how he is utilized. Another key matchup you're going to want to watch for is Deshaun Watson against the Ravens pass rush because, good God Almighty, the Ravens pass rush is ridiculous. The Browns only had 3 points in their first matchup, of course, with the Ravens. It was without Watson, but he'll be stoked for this game against his buddy Lamar. Of course, he's facing a defense with a league-high 35 sacks. So lots of possibilities here for the Ravens to get after Deshaun Watson early and often. As far as injuries go for the game today, the most latest update I have for the two teams. Browns will be without starting tackles Jedrick Willis Jr. and rookie DeJuan Jones. Wilson's going to miss at least 4 games with his knee sprain sustained versus the Cardinals, while Jones, also with a shoulder and a knee, will sit out. So Cleveland will be very vulnerable with both of their starting offensive tackles out. Browns cornerback Greg Newsome missed time this week in practice. He is going to be questionable going into the game. My guess is that he's going to play. He sat out last week's game. Browns wide receiver Marquise Goodwin is in concussion protocol after taking a blow to the head against Arizona. And, of course, Ravens tackle Morgan Moses practiced a lot this week. He should be good to go. And Michael Pierce, your nose tackle, missed a lot of practice time this week. He is questionable also entering the game. So the Browns begin a critical 2-game stretch here against Baltimore and then Pittsburgh next week. I don't see that going well for them. They'll probably do well against Pittsburgh, who's terrible, by the way. In case you didn't know, breaking news, Pittsburgh's terrible. They always will be terrible. But the Browns are coming off their first shutout since 2007. Cleveland's defense held Arizona to just 58 yards last week. Don't look for that to continue against the Ravens here. Last week, Lamar Jackson had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing scores, both to tight end Mark Andrews. Look for him to be another integral part of the offense this week against the Browns. If you're looking for a fantasy tip this week, Mark Andrews is coming off his 9-catch, 80-yard performance last week. He also had 2 touchdowns, as I just mentioned. He could have a field day against the Browns. He's got more yards, 621, and touchdowns with 9 against Cleveland than any other team. So there you go. There's a little bit of a fantasy update if you're into that kind of thing. The game starts at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It will be on Fox, your local Fox affiliate, if you get that game where you are. Looking forward to some Browns and Ravens today, boys and girls. We'll be back after the game. If there's an exciting first half, maybe we'll do a halftime report. But at the very worst, we will be back for your post-game quick hits. I'm IndyCar Tim. Thanks for tuning in to FanStream Sports, the Ravens Daily Blitz. Make sure you leave me a great comment under the video here, or if you'd like to find me on Twitter or X and Threads at IndyCar Tim. We'd love to converse with you there as well. Until post-game, boys and girls, we'll see you.